Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Harshita Pishay here. So I think it's been a quite a long time that I've on YouTube. It's just been like maybe a year or so. So quite few of my students were asking me on my Gmail account that ma'am, can you please take the classes? Can you please help me? I'm always there to help you guys. I'm always there. Sorry for being inactive. I had been through a lot of things, my personal things and my professional things. So I have been working for the longest time. So I have finished 5 years of my journey in the legal industry. So coming about the teaching part, I definitely want to continue it. I will do it on YouTube. I will come up every week, or every week 2 days I will come up with a video where I will be discussing about a topic. Maybe it's civil, criminal, maybe it is evidence law, maybe it is labor law, maybe it is companies act, company law. So I will take one book and I will also discuss. And apart from that, I will also discuss as to how the work experience has been for me, and how I have what are the things that I have learned through my 5 years of work journey. So today the video is all about that. What are the opportunities that you have, and how you are supposed to sit and you are supposed to sort out what you need to do after LLB. So firstly, we have lot of options, we have lot of fields in LLB. So it's not that after lawyer, in the initial stages, in the beginning stages of when people were a lawyer, they used to just go to bar council, get themselves enrolled and start practicing. But now there are different fields of law, there are different aspects of law where you can put your practice in. So the first aspect could be the practicing industry. Like we all know, if you are becoming a lawyer, you can enroll yourself into the bar council. You can enroll yourself into the bar council and you can become an advocate, and then you can start practicing. You can become a junior lawyer, then you can go to your seniority level. So you have to join a office for that. You will have all cases: civil, criminal, property, all kind of cases, real estate. So that is one side of your law which I can tell. Now coming to another side of law is the corporate side of law. So if you have to choose corporate side of law, in what you have to be perfect, and why corporate side of law is a kind of a good career, basically I feel, for women, is because, see, corporate law, definitely practicing law is a good field of law, but here the payment is quite a little low, you can say maybe 15, around 15 to 20. But when you come to corporate side of law, it is a little more comparatively to the practicing side of law. But what kind of work is being done in corporate side of law? Now every company wants to have their own in-house legal counsel. Every organization wants a lawyer to come and draft their agreements and stuff like that. But what agreements are those? So now, as a corporate lawyer, many people draft agreements like NDAs, they draft agreements like MSAs, they draft agreements like SOW, they draft agreements like power of attorney, and they also draft confidentiality agreements. So confidentiality is almost NDA only. So these kind of agreements in SaaS and IT agreements, leave and license agreements. So there are a lot of agreements that is there inside a organization, which has to be drafted. Now, like we can see master services agreement, when an organization is entering into another person, into an with another vendor for business, then he will definitely have a master services agreement. What services are provided by him will be there in that agreement. What is the term of that agreement, when that when that agreement will start getting initiated, and when will it be terminated, on what clauses will it be terminated, after termination what is the renewal procedure, and what is the dispute resolution procedure. So suppose if there are any disputes, what kind of agreement, what kind of clause is there under dispute resolution, whether you will go through the arbitration route to complete, to resolve the disputes between the vendor and the company, or whether you will go on other routes. So all of that is particularly there in your master services agreement. Now coming to non disclosure agreement, that is a very important agreement that every company has. nowadays. Because non-disclosure agreement, if you can talk, I think it is basically, that you don't have to disclose the information, confidential information of the organization, and it must be taken, it must be given utmost care, and you cannot, disclose any confidential information. And within certain business days after closing the, a business with that particular organization, you will not be, you will not disclose the information to them. And in case you're disclosing that information to them, then there is a breach. And for that breach, and for that damage, you need to, uh, you need to take, if there is a breach or if there is a damage, you can take action against them. So there are a lot of other agreements like that. So we have a shareholders agreement, we have a power of attorney. Power of attorney, definitely we have even in the practice. So you are giving your rights, roles and responsibilities to another person, telling that, he can take these responsibilities. That is, one person is appointing another person as a lawful attorney, in fact or in law. So that is the power of attorney what we have. Now this is the corporate side of law, what, maybe most of us, it is mostly called as the contract documentation, the contract life cycle management. How the contract is entered, and how, when the contract starts, and when the contract is terminated, and how it is renewed, and after it is renewed, what are the procedures you need to follow. So these are something what is called as contract life cycle management. Now coming to the other part of the law, we have IP, intellectual property. So we have patents and trademarks. So you can practice this patents and trademarks law. So this is one of the fields which is there in law. And other part of law is real estate. Now coming to real estate, definitely real estate is something which is huge. Right now it's a boom in Bangalore industry. So if I have to talk about the real estate industry, you will have definitely a lot of property verification. So they may give you a file. Probably you need to, just sit, and you need to understand about the property. You need to say whether this property is good, is it free from, all of the, whether it is okay for them to invest in that property. So you need to do the title verification. We call it as title verification of property. And basically they may give you a file. You may have the EC, you may have the sale deed, you may have the will, you may have, you may have the will, you may have uh, the other deeds. And then you may have the EC, then you may have the tax paid receipts, and then you may have the NOCs. That is, you may have to take the approvals from the other boards like the pollution board, and, the airport authority, and all of that. So this particular thing is mainly on title due diligence. Or they may ask you to, draft a sale deed, or they may ask you to draft an agreement to sell. So that is completely on real estate part of law. So it is basically only on property. And definitely they do have their litigation team. Now every real estate company has their litigation team, because they have a lot of litigation cases. Now these litigation cases may or may not, it may be in the civil court, okay, and most of them will be in the rural courts. So you need to, you need to coordinate with the external legal counsels, and you need to ask them to take the next steps. They will mostly take the next steps, but you need to coordinate, you need to understand what the status is like, and you need to update the diary. You need to keep everything updated in the systems of the real estate. And maybe even if time is needed, you may have to, apply for CCs, and you may have to do all the groundwork in the court. So that is the litigation team what we have in the real estate part of law. Now see, there are different parts of law. Okay, recently we also have something called as the NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal. So there is something called as insolvency professional now, IP. Okay, so this is an exam, guys. You can do your IBC exam. So it is called as insolvency bankruptcy code. So this, any person can do this exam. So you just need to, you can go and check the website. You need to, get the syllabus, and you will get to do this insolvency professional exam, and you can become an insolvent professional. That is, whenever the liquidation is happening in an organization, how the liquidation happens, and who's in liquidator, and all of that. So that is one part of law now, which has come up separately with NCLTs. IBC code is something which came up in 2016. It's a very new code, so everyone are still experimenting with that code, because it's a very new code, it's a very new kind of a thing. So there are different kinds of laws. But what I want to say from this video is, uh, after 5 years of experience, I have only realized one thing: there is lots to learn practically. So I have a lot of students. I think I've crossed about 1200 here in YouTube. But I would like to say that if you guys are in college now, please try to go to internship. If you want to practice, go to internship, see how the court is. Try to experience the court through internship. Your senior will take you along, you sit, and you sit there and listen to the court procedures, understand the court procedures, and try to do the groundwork at least. And most of the companies won't take you for internship. If you want to join the corporate side of law, try to do a contract management course or contract drafting course which is there. So I feel that is one thing which will help you. And the next part is, I think I will try to come up with more and more videos. I'll be a little frequent. I'll come up every week with one video, because even I want to be motivated and more, I want to learn more. The only one thing I've realized after 5 years of being in the law profession is there's lots to learn. It's not that you can tell that you have learned enough. There is lots. It's like an ocean. So it's an everyday learning, it's an everyday journey. So keep reading, keep learning. And I will come up every week with one, maybe once evidence, once labor law, once CPC, once CRPC. So I will try coming up every day with one topic. And for few mails that have got for a request to restart my training or teaching, I will do that probably slowly. And I will let you know about it on your, I will try to reply on your emails. And if you have any doubts, anything, I think I was very sure in the past when I did my videos, if you're a KSLU student, try to follow your previous year question papers, and be very sure that if you follow your previous year question papers, all the questions will be set from there only. So you can clear your exams. So if you have any doubts, ping me. I will try to resolve, and I'll try to be little frequent. And this video was all about the experience that I have gone through, and what are the kinds of different kinds of law fields that we have. So I hope this video is helpful for you. If you like this video, please do press a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.